Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cyrus Webb Presents. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. So glad you guys to tune in once again. For those joining us on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and on X, we're glad to have all of you with us today. Also, want to welcome those tuning in on IG, and they're loud over there on IG today. Appreciate you guys being with us on IG. Last but certainly not least, going to connect with our friends over on Amazon Live so we can begin our segment with one of our good friends who has a lot going on this month. And we're now live on Amazon Live with Cyrus Ware Presents. If you guys are new to us on the Amazon platform, going to type you guys in a welcome. Welcome. Make sure you guys do hit that follow button, either here in this corner or down below. You also will see the books by our next guest. Now, you guys have to give me a second. I have to take a breath because she has a lot of titles. She's a master event planner. She's an Amazon best-selling author. She's a media personality. She's a motivational speaker and entrepreneur. Melissa Banks is joining us once again to talk to us about a very busy August that she's involved in. You can see the book she has here too. She has some great projects coming up this month, including her famous Dream Party Live coming up at the end of the month, and the return of her podcast, Dream by Design with Melissa Banks. Melissa, my friend, welcome back to the broadcast.
It's always a pleasure, Cyrus. Thank you for that wonderful introduction.
I appreciate it. Eugene Williams, hello to you over there on IG. Chris, hello to you over there on IG. Vino, hello to you as well. See you guys over there on YouTube as well. So, Melissa, we're not even 10 days into the month of August, and you've been very busy. Talk to us about what it's been like for you, though, to be able to do what you love and to see the way that people are responding to it, Melissa.
I'm super excited. August feels like a new breath, right? Because the beginning of the year, it just seemed like it was just going and going and going. And then it was August. So I feel like I just took a great, big, deep breath, and it feels amazing. And I'm excited about it all.
You know, Melissa, I talk about being able to play in different sandboxes when I kind of have to switch hats and go from doing what I do here on Amazon to doing what I'm doing for the radio and then doing what I'm doing, in my arts, my creative world. Is this how it feels when you kind of think about the different pockets that you're able to operate in?
Yes, absolutely, it does. And I think that was the biggest challenge. We started out thinking you do one thing and you just get really good at that one thing. Mm-hmm. Well, now we all know that it's not one thing, it's many things that you can be great at and have passions about. And right. Then organizing yourself and to tell you the truth, the thing that helped me to do that the best is the classes that I've taken and learning how to assign time to different things. And that's thanks to you, actually, because it all felt very overwhelming at first. When you jump from one pot to the next, it can be overwhelming. But if you have a structure like you've taught us, then it makes sense, and you can flow from one thing to the other and do many things that you love.
Well, I appreciate that. And Melissa, I want to say, for those who don't know, Melissa and I met in 2019. That's when she and I first connected. And Melissa, at that time, I and pretty much the whole world knew you as Melissa Banks, Master Event Planner, right? Mm-hmm. That's what you had made your name for. What has it been like for you to see the evolution you've gone through in the last 5 years of adding, not hosting not one, but 2 podcasts, being able to have your own live event you do every month with your Dream Party Lives? We're going to talk more about that, but also being able to now be an Amazon bestselling author too.
You know what? If someone who would have said to me any of those things would be added to my name back in 2019, I would have thought they were crazy. None of that stuff was on my plate. None of that stuff was on my vision board. None of that stuff was anywhere in my thoughts. But just 5 years, just think about that, just 5 years later, and all of these things that I never dreamed would be happening are happening. And I just always say it's being willing to pivot, being willing to step into something new, even when it feels really uncomfortable, and then just doing your best in it and think doors open. It's just the willingness to do something different. That's what happened to me. All of it was new to me, but just once I took that first step into something new, other opportunities started coming.
So true. Hello to you, Alfonso Short. Hello to you over there on Facebook. Glad you could be able to join us as well. But I want to give you credit here, Melissa. I do it all the time. She don't think I do, but I give her credit all the time. But Melissa, I'm going to give you credit on something though, because 2020, and we all know what 2020 was like. A lot of people were forced to pivot. You talk about pivoting, but not everyone kept with the pivot. What has helped you to keep with the pivot? Because you were used to just in person, everything. And now you have truly built your own virtual empire with your live shows, with your podcasts and other things. What has helped you to keep that up even as circumstances in the world changed?
First of all, the big thing was being able to do it in a manner in the panic of 2020.
Mhm.
But then my circle changed. I think I talk about this a lot, Cyrus, and you've heard me. It matters who you're listening to. It matters
Mhm.
who you have in your circle that can encourage and push you to step into those areas that really does feel uncomfortable to you. So my first thing was to pivot into the virtual environment. And I went there kicking and screaming. It was scary to me,
Mhm.
but I was willing to take a scary step. I didn't wait to not be scared anymore, because you can't wait to not be scared to take advantage of opportunities. And
Right.
that's the biggest advice I can tell anybody. When that opportunity comes, don't wait till you're not scared anymore. Do it while you're afraid and keep moving. And that's the second thing I would say is, when you keep moving, things happen, right? People hear about you, people know about you, more
Mhm.
opportunities come. You just have to keep moving in spite of the fear, in spite of the new. I never wanted to do a live show. You know that.
Really?
Someone forced me into doing the first live show. I was kicked and I went kicking and screaming. But my goodness, once I got there, I
Mhm.
absolutely love it. And it's just about taking the chance on you and betting on yourself and moving, keep moving.
Yeah. Now, I want to say too, the other thing I think people can learn, there's a lot of lessons people can learn by watching you, Melissa, over the past 5 years. But one of the things is that you don't have to leave your first love. I was having a conversation with one of our mutual friends, Earl Hall, today, and he and I talk a lot about thinking less about or and more about and.
Mhm.
Because I think a lot of times people feel like they have to go all in on one thing, right? That's
Mhm.
what they have to do. But then they leave other pieces of what I call the pie or the apple out, opportunities out. You were known as a master event planner. Yes, you still are a master event planner, but you've just added on to that. But you still service that community. And I'm bringing
Mhm.
that up because for our audience joining us on Facebook, you guys will see I'm going to highlight her book, Do I Really Need an Event Planner? One of the parts you've been able to do, Melissa, is to educate us as the public. Talk to us about that. What it's been like for you to use your platform now as an author to be able to educate us about your profession as an event planner, and why someone needs an event planner.
You know, I want to just kind of address something you just said. The
Yeah.
thing is I thought that, and so many others think the same thing. In order to do something new, you have to let go of that first love, that thing that you were already doing. And once you realize that you don't have to let it go, you have to expand on it, do
Yeah.
other things. And that's really what happened to me.
Yeah.
I love event planning. I love event planning as much today as I ever did, if not more, because I've learned so
Mm.
much over the years. However, I also know that there's more that I can offer that community as well. People, my book, you mentioned the book, Do I Really Need an Event Planner? I
Mhm.
just had a conversation with someone who plans events every month, a couple of months. She plans events for her business. But she said, but Melissa, there's so much I don't know that I should know when planning an event. See, that's the thing, is you don't have to know everything. That's
Yeah.
how an event planner can help you. That's not taking control away. And I think that's what people think, to hire an event planner means I lose control of my event. It becomes her event, but it's still your event. You just have that expert guidance along the way, and it keeps you from being so overwhelmed as well. And that's what I talk about in the book. I just give instances how an event planner can help you. And also, I tell some real life stories as to how, because a pro was on site, something that could have just totally destroyed an event didn't, because the event planner think fast, we think in solutions, and we help, and you can enjoy your own event. And that's where what that book is all about. And that's how my career actually just expanded. I think that's what we have to do. We don't have to let go of anything. We just have to expand our knowledge and our experiences and be willing to share those with others.
Yeah, such a great point. I want to say for those who are just tuning in, welcome. You're watching Cyrus Webb Presents. I'm joined by my friend, master event planner, Amazon best-selling author, media personality, motivational speaker, and entrepreneur, Melissa Banks. We're talking with her about a very busy start to August, but also what it's been like for her in the past 5 years to not only to add to her brand, but also to add to her audience. Melissa, of course, I'm surrounded here by your books, appropriately on Book Lovers Day, which is today, having your books here. What is it like for you to look at these different books that are around here and to see your name there on the cover?
You know what? That will never ever get old. I'm telling you, when I was planning for today and just thinking about August and everything we have and just picking up the books and looking at them, it never ever gets old to see your name on one book after the other. When I never dreamed of the very first book. And now we're 6 books in, and it's
Mm.
an amazing feeling. It will never get old.
Alfonso says, great advice, insight, and inspiration of not only trusting God, but applying the faith in Him to broaden your horizons as well as grow your business and partnerships. Totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Alfonso, so talk to us about this journey because you've mentioned to me, even in the restroom, people have told you how they have watched your inspirational videos. Of course, you have several books dealing with inspiration. Talk to us about the Dream by Design brand and how it began, Melissa.
I am passionate. One of the things that in my own journey, I was very shy. I was going through a lot of things, and I was I won't say shy, but very quiet. And
Mm-hmm.
I kept it all inside, and I was afraid to talk to anyone. And by being that way, I was just staying in that place. And as I went through my life, I was placing limitations on myself because of that thinking. So, one of my greatest passions is to inspire and push women, no matter what you've gone through, no matter where you are now. The only limit is you. So I wanted to share that not only when I meet women in the bathroom, like you mentioned. I can't tell you how many times conversations in the restroom led to 20-minute conversations. Or I walk into the hair store and I said, do you make wigs? And led her into sharing her entire journey with me, and I'm able to share with her at that moment. I believe when we can find someone to just encourage you, to help you believe in yourself until you can get there on your own. And the Dream by Design, the entire platform is basically for that purpose, to help you see that you control your destiny. You are empowered. Lean into your faith, believe in God, and do the very best that you can. And get up believing in yourself.
Mm.
And that's what Dream by Design is all about. That's what the books are about. That's what our motivational speeches are about. It's just giving women that encouragement that yes, it was hard. Yes, it was tough. But you know what? It doesn't determine where you go from here. It's the belief in yourself that does it.
Your first podcast was Dream by Design with Melissa Banks. What has it been like for you, Melissa? Because you now also have the second show, Melissa
Mhm.
Banks Show. But talk to us about Dream by Design and why that is something that was so important for you when it comes to spotlighting these women, but also what it was like for you to see what you've been able to do from season to season there.
I love Dream by Design with Melissa Banks, and the reason is it's for women and it's by women. So it's the guests are all women. The guests have all pushed through some circumstances. They've remained standing, and they share the glory because we all are excited to share the wins. But on Dream by Design, they also shared that stuff that didn't feel good, that stuff that wasn't great, that they had to push through to continue moving. And they couldn't wait till it looked better. They had to push through it anyway. And that's what I love about this show, because we're sharing the real journey and we're talking to women. And you know what I believe? I believe when women supporting each other is when we become unstoppable. And that's why I love that show so much.
And you have something special that you're doing with that too. I want to mention something too that we don't talk a lot about, Melissa, but Melissa and I were having a conversation recently and this came up. I don't think a lot of people realize, Melissa, we talked about you writing these books, but you not only wrote these books, you designed these books as well. So a lot of people don't know Melissa Banks, the graphic designer, and what you've been able to do in kind of crafting your own brand, but also helping other people. You've had the privilege of designing book covers for others, myself included. You've worked with me on projects too. What has that been like for you to be able to use your creativity that way, and not only the way you're able to brand and market yourself, Melissa, but also helping other people to do that too?
You know what? I absolutely love it. And that's another thing that I never thought I would be doing. And not only doing it, just loving every moment of it. Because when someone reaches out to me for a book cover and they tell me a little bit about it, and I can create the cover that speaks to their brand, that's so fulfilling and exciting. And then to see it when the book comes out and it's a book cover that I designed, it's amazing. I just believe that one of the things I love about not only designing book covers, but some of the other items that I designed for brands, like you mentioned, is seeing it come to life. Because most of the time, brand authors or entrepreneurs that come to me don't really know how to make it blend. Don't really understand that it's every time you show up, you want your brand to be recognizable, and to help them see that and to bring it out is just very fulfilling and rewarding to me, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah. So you again are an example, Melissa, of how you can be, and I talk about this a lot of times about collaborating with yourself. You've been able to learn ways to do that. Talk to us about, you and I've talked about giving yourself credit, which I don't think you do enough of, and I'm saying that publicly for everybody. I don't think Melissa does it enough, gives herself credit. But anyway, so what is it like? What is it like for you, Melissa, to think about all you've been able to do and to give yourself that credit when people like me aren't doing it? Give yourself that credit for all that you've been able to do.
Let me just say, it's hard to give yourself credit. I know that. I think you have to be intentional because naturally we criticize. We're our biggest critic, right? I should have
Right.
done this. I should have done that. It took me too
Mhm.
long to do that. I should have said yes 2 years ago. But because I've learned to be intentional about the things that I have been able to accomplish, roll down that list. That's the list that keeps us going. That's the list that pushes us to the next thing. And it doesn't come easy. And I say that to encourage someone else that's going through it, because we can make a list of the things that are not happening. And as long as you're focusing on the list of what's not happening, you won't give yourself credit. You won't celebrate and praise God for the things that are, because you're too focused over here on the things that are not. So that's how I've been able to learn to give myself credit, by recognizing, gosh, how far I have come and how many things I've learned to do that I never thought I was capable of, and be able to do it for others as well. So that's how I actually move to the next thing and keep moving.
Right. And so I guess an obvious question would be, because people can see them around here, journals are a big part of the collection you've been doing. Why journals? Why have journals been such a big thing for you, to not only to showcase, but also to highlight when it comes to your customers?
Journaling to me was so important during a really dark season. I didn't have a voice, I couldn't speak, but I could write. So I picked up this journal and I started writing my thoughts, how I actually felt, not how I was showing up, not how I was making sure I looked great, but how I was really feeling. And because I was so honest in those journaling, I was healing in that process. Fast forward years later, I can pick up some of those journals that were 25 years old or more and look in there, and it encourages me, and I hear my voice and my feelings at those times, and it pushes me even in the season that I'm currently in. So that's why journaling is so important to me, and that's also why I wanted to be sure to have journals in my collection, so that people can pick up this beautiful journal and have a moment to just write, and take it on a trip with you. Journal what you're doing on those trips, and you will be able to come back to it and be fed all over again by your own words. And that's why journaling is so important.
Such a great point. Melissa, we talked about the last 5 years. We should mention you and I met each other in 2019, but the first event you did in 2020 was something also you become known for now, and that was you being able to not only host an event, but also showcase Melissa Banks, the motivational speaker. Talk to us about that hat and what it's been like for you to use your platform to motivate and inspire. I'm sure our audience, if you're joining us on social, you guys have seen the graphics, Melissa doing, this or you know.
You're so
But what is,
sweet.
what is what has it been like for you, Melissa, to showcase yourself as a motivator?
think I have to. I think it's how I breathe, Cyrus. I have to motivate people, particularly women. I just believe that that is my purpose. That's what I'm here for. So when the opportunity to speak to an audience, to encourage them, to inspire them, share some of my journey to help some others. I did a presentation in March, and someone walked up to me and said, "You told my story today." So I never met. She had never heard me speak before. But in that moment, she said, "You told my story and you lifted me up to know that I can get through it because I'm not through it yet. I'm in it, but it's my story." That's what it's all about. When you have a chance, whether it's in person or virtually, to speak to a group from the heart, from the gut, and share that journey, share how you made it through that journey. It's going to be somebody, even if it's one person in that room, somebody in that room needs what you have to say. And that's why I look at motivational speaking. I have something to say. God placed it in me, and there's somebody out there who needs to hear it.
Yeah, such a great thing. So we've had a wide-ranging conversation here, Melissa. We've covered a lot of base. Let's talk about, though, coming back to how we began, and that was in August. You have a lot of things that's going on. I know you have your campaign that you're doing for female entrepreneurs. We're going to talk about that. Talk to us about Dream Party Live, though. Let's start at the end. Talk to us about this month's Dream Party Live.
Dream Party Live, I love it, love it, love it. Even though it wasn't, I just didn't think I would love live shopping. It is wonderful, guys. If you don't do live shopping, you're missing out. It's just so much fun. So August 29th is the next Dream Party Live. We're showcasing our signature pearl collection as always. Then we give discounts. We get to chat with you in the chat. I feel like I have met women from all over the world since we've been doing Dream Party Live. So mark your calendars, join us August 29th, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. And we're live on Facebook.
I'm sorry, I have to write this down. That Melissa says, if you're not doing live shopping, you're missing out. I'm sorry, I just needed to write this down. You're missing out. Melissa Banks.
Yes, okay. I said it.
Okay, just wanted to make sure I got that for reference for later. So you have a Dream Party Live coming up. And then you have a package you put together. Talk to us about the package you've done, especially for female entrepreneurs and those who want to tell their story, Melissa.
The visibility package.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I love that because it's a nice little neat package. It gives you a chance to, it includes a media kit, which is a one sheet. We talked about on this show over and over again that we do a lot of different things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when someone's asks you, what do you do? Sometimes you just don't know what to say because you do 20 things. But the media kit summarizes and highlights those things that you do. It highlights your bio. It talks about your speaking topics. It just highlights those things, not your whole story, not all 100 things that you do, but it does highlight, and it gives them your contact information. Then you can talk to them further. It's in a nice little neat package. They ask for it, you can shoot it right over. It's just one sheet. This visibility bundle includes that custom media kit. It also includes a promotional graphic. It's social media. We're scrolling. You know what stops us. That's the graphic. Great chance to just stop that person that keeps scrolling, but have something, and it's all connected to your brand, and it all looks the same. But it doesn't stop there. It also is a feature on the Melissa Banks Show, and you get to talk about your brand, your products and services, your journey, where people can hear and get to know you. So if you want to be seen, you want to be heard, this visibility package is for you. It's $138 value, and it's on special offer. It's just $69.
Did you miss something?
And you can get it on dreamdmd.com/shop/special.
That's why we got to help each other. Hey, Stacy, good to see you over there on Facebook. Yeah, she's going to get on me later. I just want y'all to know. She always gives me a hard time. I don't know why. I'm just trying to help. I'm just here to help. But I think that's a great thing. And I think it's great. It's things that people don't think about, Melissa. And I think we're living in a time, and I think everyone can tell, there's a lot of changes happening in the world right now. And if you're not doing something to set yourself apart, if you're not doing something to keep yourself noticeable, I think that is where you're going to be missing out. Because I think social media, a lot of people don't realize it, has really leveled the playing field. Melissa will tell you she gets hundreds of views across platforms on her content. And getting in front of those eyeballs would not be possible without social media.
Absolutely.
So that's why I think being able to have that platform is so important. Melissa, is there anything that we missed?
Yes. You want to talk about the women who shine?
Oh, the
Oh,
yeah. Tell us about it.
I'm so excited. I guess y'all say she's always excited, but I'm super excited about the women who shine. You know, it's so special to me to just recognize women and how much we give. So what we've done, Dream by Design with Melissa Banks, you mentioned earlier, is returning. We have been out of our season. We've been focusing on the Melissa Banks show, so we're ready and we're coming back with a special promotion, and our special series is Women Who Shine. In this series, we're spotlighting women. You get to spotlight yourself. You get to spotlight another woman. What she gets is an interview on Dream by Design with Melissa Banks, and she gets to share her journey, the successes and the failures, right there across all social media platforms, Amazon Music. Such great promotion. You also get a feature in Conversations magazine. Editor-in-Chief Cyrus Webb, we all know that. Imagine that. And you get a dream journal. I talked about earlier how important journaling is. Oh, you get all three of those things in this nice, neat package. And you can promote yourself. You can spotlight yourself or another woman. It is just an amazing way to do that. And you can grab that at dreamdmd.com/shop/WWS.
Love that. A lot of great things happening, Melissa. So excited for you. Really appreciate you stopping by to catch us up on everything. How can we stay connected with you?
Well, Cyrus, you were pretty nice most of the time,
Thank
but
you.
you cut up a little bit today. We'll discuss that later, though. But thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure. You can always stay connected with us at themelissabanks.com. You don't have to remember all those different links. If you go right there to themelissabanks.com, you can select what you need to get. And you can also connect with us on our social media platforms. It's all right there at themelissabanks.com.
Melissa Banks, always a pleasure having you on the program. Appreciate that and looking forward to our next chat together.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, always. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Cyrus Webb Presents as we're celebrating Book Lovers Day here on Amazon Live. Make sure you guys do check out Melissa's books. You guys are on the Amazon platform, either here on the side or down below. Of course, you'll find all of the books that we featured here will be there. So make sure you guys check it out. Also, you will find the podcast that she mentioned there too. That being Dream by Design with Melissa Banks and the Melissa Banks Show. You can find them all there as well. Until next time, I'm Cyrus Webb saying thank you so much for being with us. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.